everybody. I'm Mo Krogmal, Professor of Journalism at Hofstra University. I'm the digital guy.
And I'm really excited. We are here at the Highline Park, which just opened this summer in New York City. It is a park that's built on an old railroad track above ground, and it used to be used for transportation of heavy equipment, so that it wouldn't cause damages or accidents to pedestrians or traffic. And they've built it into this beautiful garden and promenade with great views of the city, of billboards, of buildings. Like this one behind me is the Interactive Corp building with very modernistic, sleek lines. And we're here, we're going to talk about social media today on our social media report of the week. Right, Mo?
That's right, and we had quite a momentous week in social media last week, and we think that the railroad tracks that are here kind of represent a good metaphor for something that's reliable and probably puts in more use. Last week, Twitter went down, and people depend on Twitter, but maybe we should talk about what's going to happen as we go forward.
You know, Twitter went out for like 2 days. It wreaked havoc on not only that site, but related sites like Facebook and all the applications that depend on Twitter. All the outside applications were down as well. So, you know, people say, oh, you know, who cares, right? And there was also an article this week that said that 40% of tweets are just babble. So, you know, how important is this? That was the question.
Well, we're kind of early in this thing, but we saw last week how people are coming to rely on it. Certainly businesses are starting to rely on Twitter and other social media tools. And when they went down, we kind of got a vision of how much we're starting to depend on this. And there's a lot of problems associated with Twitter is owned by a company. And, you know, if it goes down and we start depending on it, what are we going to do?
Right, exactly, and not only companies but also news organizations that I'm sure people rely on to get breaking news, like CNN and the New York Times. You know, museums are tweeting, although that's not really breaking news, but companies use it for customer service. And if they can't get through to their clients on Twitter for 2 days for customer service, that may hurt their business tremendously. And you know, there's another article that came out this week that was saying that 66%, 2/3 of marketers are now using social media for their campaigns, for their marketing. So, I mean, this trend is going to continue growing because it's expected that companies will be increasing their exposure on social media sites by 34% every year until the year 2013.
So social media becomes like the air that you breathe. It's part of the environment that you do business in, and it's early in this time. But we're seeing, last week there was a lot of people complaining. Where do you go and complain when your social media site is down? Well, I went on Facebook and said, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? Twitter's down. But I was looking at it. There's a site called Identic.ca, which is sort of like Twitter. And I started thinking about what I'm going to do if I can't access Twitter. I'm not going to depend on solely one service. I'm going to use Identica, maybe Plurk, and there's even a movement to open source microblogging. And so on the technology side of it, the internet is made to be redundant. And maybe tools like Twitter ought to be redundant too, so we don't depend on one source and then freak out when it is not available.
That's right. And so, you know, we're just wondering what people think about this new development. Or are you affected when Twitter shuts down? Are you not? Do you care? We'd love to hear from you. And that is our social media report for the week. We'll see you soon.